Markets absolutely flat, so unable to sustain that level of 8820, which again is the day's high today. So fourth day in a row, the day's high has been 8820 levels. Muthoot Finance, the company declared numbers overnight. The management is now joining us. George Alexander Muthoot, MD at Muthoot Finance, is joining us on a phone line from Kochi. Sir, if you could just tell us about the numbers. There was an impact on loan growth because of demonetization in Q3.
Yes, there was an impact. In fact, we had targeted for about 4% growth in AUM for this quarter, which we did not get. In fact, we got the negative impact was about a negative growth of about less than 2%. Probably now the things are under control. Cash availability was the difficult point. Now cash is really very well available at all our branches, and we are actually back to normal. So today we are able to disburse loans to customers. Cash is available, or even online is also available. So cash disbursal or fund disbursal is not an issue now. So we should be back to normal. We are back to normal, and in the next 2 months we should see some little bit of growth coming out in the AUM. So in the last 9 months we have grown about 11% in our AUM. The last 9 months. So probably we will end the year with about 14 to 15% net growth in the assets under management in the gold loan business. So that should take us to about 27,000 plus in the next March. But having said that, we are actually also concentrating well on our subsidiaries. We have 3 subsidiaries where we have more than 60% stake, and the home finance is having assets under management of about 200 crores now. The microfinance, which comes under Belstar Finance, is having about 450 crores, and the Sri Lankan subsidiary, which is the Asia Asset, is having about 360 crores of Indian rupees. So all put together, it's about 1,000 crore plus in the subsidiaries, and adding to that, to the 27,000, we have about 4% of our total business coming from the subsidiaries as of now. So in the next 1 year, we would rather want this to come to about 10% of the combined AUM. So the growth potential is there in the subsidiaries, and of course, gold loan is our core product, and we expect another 15% growth in the next year also for gold loan. So overall, we would like to focus a little bit more on the subsidiaries along with the gold loan business. That's the plan we have for the next 4 quarters.
Can you talk to us about the asset quality in the quarter because of the cash shortage, because of the fall in gold price? Any impact on asset quality?
Yeah. What has happened when the cash was not available was 2 things happened. One, customers did not have funds to come and close the loan, and we did not have currency to pay the loan. So both sides were affected, but our interest collection was impacted. We could get only about 80% of our usual interest collection. That we will be able to collect in the next 2 months. So that is why our NPLs have gone up, but that is not an issue with us as long as we have the 100% gold collateral with us, and it is just we have granted. We can just see that we have granted 2 months time to the customers to pay up. Because we do not have EMIs, so we don't have an issue there also. So gold is there, it is fully secured, we will get our interest, maybe it is just delayed by 2 months, that's it. That's why it is not having an impact on our P&L.
Right. Sir, just request you to stay on. We are getting the January WPI data, which has spiked in the month of Jan. So WPI data has come in at 5.25 versus about 3.25. This is, of course, on a month-on-month comparison. December was impacted by demonetization, and maybe things are picking up now, and that's why it's up around 5.2. Plus, there was a big fuel price hike as well. Fuel is an important component of WPI, and that's why you could have seen this increase in the number. Mr. Muthoot, what would be your call on interest rates? So RBI did see a change in stance, but with WPI the way it is coming in, the core inflation increasing, you don't really expect rates to come down in the near term?
No, I don't think it will be flat only. In the next near term, interest rates may not come down. But having said that, it is not impacting our net interest margins. Our net interest margin is about 10.5 to 11%, and we have been able to maintain that in the quarters. And going forward, also we will be able to maintain the net interest margin of about between 10 and 11%. I think we don't see a big impact there, but we see overall the bank borrowing cost is also coming down, but not considerably, because RBI has not reduced the rate, but probably a very little, 10 basis points, 15 basis points, etc. The cost of borrowing from the banks is coming down, and that is also impacted is we did a public issue of bonds recently. We collected more than 1,300 crores in a single day. So that's the people's appetite for loans or bonds with Muthoot Finance, and that has actually strengthened our liability side quite a bit.
Can you just talk to us about the, for cost of funding? One of the key reasons for NBFCs like you and some of the others which were doing so well was cost of funding continuously coming down. You think that is now behind?
No, cost of funding, it may be flat in the quarters to come, but the cost of funding is reasonable. But there is one thing which, because in NBFCs, especially gold loan NBFCs, it is not the interest which we charge customers. Our yield is not that much interest sensitive. Whether it is 19% or 20% or 21% which we charge a customer, it doesn't have a big impact on his decision to take a loan from Muthoot, because it is a quick loan, fast loan, and the convenience matters much more than maybe, and because it is short term also. So we can maintain our yield also, and the interest cost is also maintained. That is why I said we will be able to maintain the net interest margin.
Sir, thank you so much for taking out time for us and explaining us about your numbers. Anisha, that was the management of Muthoot Finance talking about rates in the system may not come down, but loan opportunity or growth opportunity continues to be big.
Yes, let's now focus on the WPI data that has come in. In January, wholesale prices have seen a big up move.